difference? Well, we're gonna find out, but there's something that I've realized with these Amperex Bugle Boy 12AX7 D-getter tubes is that you don't know until you try. Now, the first time I put these in, I didn't like them. I got a little bit of hiss, and I'm going to try a new position. So stick around with me. We're going to change these out. We've got the white glove treatment, 100% motocross, and I'm going to report back on how they sound. The first thing that we need to do is we're going to power down the preamp. Sonic Frontiers line 1. Turn the power off the front, turn the power off on the back, and yes, I keep the top off for convenience. These tubes are hot because it's been on. Good reason for a glove. I'm gonna give them a feel. I'm gonna wiggle, just wiggle this out. And I'm going into the back here. Okay, there we go. We have got Russian tubes, and you can see the pin pattern there. It's clear that there's only one way that these go in or out. Set that bad boy right there for reference. There's what we just took out. We have a set of 6, and we're going to put in the Amperex 6922 or 12AX7. I don't know why there's differences in the names, in the labels, in the model numbers, but there is. This tube goes in just like that. Real simple. Pull this one out. And I'm going to put it over here. And we have got tube number 2. These are no label tubes. And they're labeled as no label, so that I know. Okay, easy peasy. We're going to turn the power on. Click. Wait for this to light up, then we can hit the power. There we go. Power on, and we've got new tubes in there. So how do they sound? Well, we got to listen, but it's also very important to let the tubes warm up. We're going to give these, a half an hour of warm up before we make any initial sonic impressions. Now, I said I wasn't going to comment on the sonic character of the Amperex 12AX7 Bugle Boy D-getter until I gave it some warm-up time, but I just want to share my initial impressions with this 6922 vacuum tube, and I don't hear, I mean, it sounds the same. It sounds the same. I'm just going to have to live with it. I haven't let it warmed up, so this isn't just, I don't know. There could be more. There could be more to open up, to bloom, to blossom. We're going to find out. We got Madonna on the turntable. That's our reference this morning. If you like it, you like it. I definitely like it. I definitely love the funness of just putting things in, putting things out, and seeing what changes. What I didn't notice was there was no hiss. So that's a good thing. When I put the tubes in the front, I got a bit of a hiss, and it deterred me from tube rolling. I have been scared to roll tubes because I like perfection. When it's perfect, why change? Well, how do you know what's perfect without changing? So I'm doing that now. I got a bunch of other tubes to do this with, so stick around. We're gonna see how it sounds. When replacing the vacuum tubes in the Sonic Frontiers Line 1 preamplifier, you've got 6 sets of tubes. This set is the LV1 and the V1. This set is the LV2 and the V2. And this set is the LV3 and the V3. This is the input buffer. This is the gain stage. And this is the cathode follower. What I've done is I have removed the NOS Russian Sovtek tubes from the input buffer, and I've replaced them with the Amperex Bugle D-getter. Those are the 12AX7 tubes, which are essentially in the same family as the 6922, so we can replace them. I'm going to remove these from the input buffer, and I'm going to put them on the gain stage and see if I can hear a better sonic performance. So to do that, we're just going to power down the amp. We're going to go back here. I'm going to hit the main power. These vacuum tubes are warm, so I've got my glove on to keep those greasy fingerprints off the valves or the tubes. Tubes or valves, same thing. And also they're hot. Let's power this back up. Boom. Let's see how this has worked. Now, once we get the lights on here, we can hit the power. And I'm going to comment what I did not hear a sonic difference when I moved these 2 tubes into the input buffer. So I'm very curious if I hear a sonic change now. So stick around. We're going to see how it sounds. An update on how the tubes sound, and I changed 2 of these 6922 tubes from Sovtek Russian NOS to Amperex Bugle D-getter, and I moved these to the gain stage of the Sonic Frontiers Line 1, and I think they're fabulous. I think that both on analog input sources and on digital input sources, they sound wonderful. Now you might be asking, what do they sound like? That's a really hard question when you can't A/B and you can't listen for distinct sounds and say, how does this sound? That's why, headphone comparisons are just a little bit easier to do than tube, because all I can really say is that when my music is playing, I'm just like, wow, it's awesome. Like, it's great. I love it. And I do believe that I've just taken another little step up in the sonic performance. So that's how they sound.